All right, let's finish this up. We were talking about George Russell Clark. We did this. Okay, here we go. In addition, out in the West, we started getting some help from the Spanish. This is a Spanish dude. The Spanish owned everything west of the Mississippi, so we wanted to gain control of everything up to the Mississippi. But even when we win the Revolutionary War, we are not getting anything west of the Mississippi. That's Spanish. Luckily, the Spanish hate the British. They're allied with France, and they're going to help us. Before Saratoga and their official agreement to help us, they've been helping us quietly in small ways. After Saratoga, again, Spain, France, and the Dutch all agree to help us. So this is Bernardo de Galvez. He is the French governor of New Orleans. Not French, dang it. Spanish governor of New Orleans. And he's going to be, anything he can do to poke at Great Britain, he's going to do. So he's been kind of smuggling in, because if he does it officially, Great Britain gets mad. He's been smuggling in arms and stuff like that before Saratoga. And he's been secretly providing ammunition, money. He can't openly attack the British, but the problem is, New Orleans is a long way away from Boston, right? Like, so that you have to sneak the stuff in, and then you got to get it all the way to Boston, or all the way to Savannah, Georgia, or wherever where it's going to be helpful, across the Appalachian Mountains. Once Saratoga happens, and they officially join us, he's going to put together an actual cavalry troop, and he's going to have them go attack a bunch of British forts. And they're going to move even more British people out west to protect these forts. And this is just pulling more and more resources, more and more expensive for England. Remember, all we have to do to beat England is be annoying. So every dollar they have to spend, every soldier they have to send, hey, that rhymes, is going to be annoying and expensive, and it's going to put them closer to quitting. So this is a huge help to us. He's also going to just send money in the form of loans, sometimes just gifts, anything to help us stay in the war. Remember, we need help just paying our soldiers. On top of that, we don't have uniforms, et cetera, et cetera. So the Spanish give us actual real help. It's going to be nothing compared to the French. The French are just going to give us the whole shebang. Okay, but the Spanish help us in smaller ways at first, and then more helpful as we go. The last thing we're going to talk about is the war at sea. Now, this is a bit of a joke. There was one incident, and it's pretty funny. It's of no strategic value. It's more as a morale thing and a funny thing to make fun of the British. We did not have a navy. In 1775, we agreed to make one. It takes years and so much money to build ships that we effectively never put a navy together during the Revolutionary War. We did take 8 to 10 ships and kind of convert them into naval vessels, like a vessel that normally carries goods, and we put guns on them. It's not great. Great Britain is going to have naval superiority the entire war. So we said, let's build a navy, and then we couldn't find anybody willing to build a navy for us. You build a navy in the water. Great Britain had a fantastic navy, so any place where you had a shipyard, the British just kept an eye on it, and they would hilariously wait till a ship was almost done and then come by and blow it up, because that way we wasted the time and the resources and the money building it. So we're never going to have a decent navy. But what we do have is a cool guy named John Paul Jones. And John Paul Jones is going to take one of these smaller frigates called the Bonhomme Richard. I think Bonhomme means gentleman or something in another language. Anyway, he decides rather than fight the British fleet, which would be suicide, he takes a ship, breaks through the British fleet, because it's fast. It's a fast little ship. Goes all the way across the ocean without getting detected and starts attacking England. This is like a hilarious plot from an American movie where if I can't take on the enemy, I'm going to take on the enemy's family. And he just starts attacking little towns in England until the British send a fleet to get him. He runs away from that fleet for a while. And eventually he corners one British ship all by itself called the Serapis. And then he fights that ship all night long with his much smaller, much faster, but way less armed ship, and defeats it. And that ship surrenders. The Navy, the crew on that ship surrenders. And he knows he's got a limited time because the regular Navy is going to find him. So that crew surrenders. But his ship starts sinking. The Bonhomme Richard has taken enough damage where it starts sinking. So his entire crew jumps on the Serapis and sails the Serapis back to Boston. And so the people in Boston see the Bonhomme Richard leave. And like a year later, John Paul Jones comes home on a British ship. which is like a huge, huge embarrassment for England, who's supposed to have the greatest greatest fleet in the world. It was absolutely no strategic importance. We got one ship out of it. We lost a ship. We got a ship back. But man, is that embarrassing to the country that's spent the last 200 years talking about how their fleet is superior and that Americans can't even put a navy together. That's how inferior they are. So this battle takes all night. It's off the coast of England. It's a really cool story, but that's the entire naval battle of the Revolutionary War. Nothing else, because we couldn't take them on. I mean, you don't punch a guy that's twice as big as you in the face for no reason. And that's exactly what it was. There was no reason to fight the British Navy. They would just crush us. So we didn't really fight them at sea. We're going to win completely on land. This is just a kind of a cute story to know about in American history. So we defeated the British after a long and bloody battle. That's it. Please email me if you have any questions. Good luck to you.